I just don't understand this whole premium client. When we talk about premium clients, I think some people kind of put them as like they're some sort of
mythical creature.
Mythical, like CEO that's wearing a suit all day. But like we're CEOs and like we're pretty normal.
If you water down what you say or you don't, reveal your true self online, you end up attracting these people into your business that don't gel with you and maybe your ideology and what you like, which can be dangerous. You either want one or the other. Welcome to episode 135 of the Success School podcast. Today we're talking about how to stop attracting the wrong type of clients. Steph, I'm feeling Buddha as fuck right now. Got my leg up, kind of like crossed-ish. Very chill for a podcast.
Buddha as fuck. Is that because you are literally, as we speak, looking
at a Buddha?
Buddha out there. We have this, I don't want to brag, but like, it's a bit of a view. It's a bit of a view. Yeah. And there's a beautiful Buddha statue that's like very large that's kind of right in front of our house. So it's no doubt that you're feeling quite Buddha. I'm really excited to talk about this topic today, how to stop attracting the wrong type of clients. This is a number one problem of our clients before they join Success School.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure it's a number one problem for the people who are listening today.
Yeah.
I'm excited to dive in. But
everyone hates shit clients, man.
Yeah, man. And like not even just the wrong type of clients, like the people who are in your DMs like,
annoying as fuck.
So annoying if they're like asking all questions or they want all the free advice before they even bloody pay to work with you. Like, we get it. We've had these people in our world. We've had the wrong clients. Plenty of them.
Yeah, don't be a shit client, guys. That's just it.
Well, we're going to go through potentially that as we go through the episode today.
Maybe spot yourself as a red flag. And you'll be like, fuck, I'm a shit client.
Are you the problem? Yeah. Before we dive in, tell us about your personal update.
Personal update. I got a brand new Ford Ranger Raptor, which is great. Some people might think that's a great car. Other people might be like, that's a shit car.
Some people will be like, I don't know what car that is.
Yeah, I don't know what car that is. Like, I mean, 5 years ago, I would have been like, this is fucking amazing. It's not a Lambo.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty happy with it. Why I'm happy with it is because it's the first car we've ever bought cash.
Yes.
So we paid $92,000 for it cash in Thailand. Bought a bike outright as well. This is the first time we actually don't have it. Like, we've got we do have a loan. I was going to say we have no loans.
No loans. We won't, in 6 months, we won't have a loan. We're paying off the mortgage this year. So, yeah.
So we own our block in Chittering outright in Perth, and then we've got these Raptors, and everything's kind of paid off. It feels kind of nice. It feels like a flex.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a supercar that I owe $300,000 on or anything like that, but it is great. And yeah, I'm pretty stoked with it. It's about half the price of my Ram 2500, which was $192,000, but it's, it holds its own. Like, I'm pretty stoked with it.
I would say it's as nice, if not better. Yeah, which is crazy, and like, if anyone's been following Tim for a while, like, you guys know he's a Ram man. You know what I mean? But I don't know if he's a Ram man no more.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, if I ever do move back to Australia, I'd probably get a Raptor. They're fucking pretty cool. Like, I don't think we're towing shit.
I want to be really clear. Nothing compares to the Range Rover. Yeah. So if anyone's had Range Rover on their bucket list.
Yeah, if you got $170,000 to throw at a car.
Fucking awesome, right? Yeah. It beats the Porsche any day. I had a Porsche. Porsche was shit. Waste of money. Yeah. We've had a Tesla. Tesla was great, but like lame because you have to like charge it. It's a bit lame.
Electric cars are a bit lame.
Sorry if anyone who's got an electric car, if you're listening. Yeah. It's not you, it's us. Okay, they're a bit lame for us.
No, it's definitely you.
Okay. All right. Robo-vax.
Yeah. What about you? What's your personal update?
That's had no context what I just said.
Robo-vax.
Okay, guys, I have a really cool story to tell you. I don't really know how to start this story without giving it away, but I think I'll just start with the start. So we moved into this house a couple of weeks ago, and the dogs came a few days later, and, it's not the same as our old house. Our old house, we had a doggy door. They could go outside anytime they wanted. At the moment, we don't have a doggy door. We probably actually should look at getting one. We don't have a doggy door. And so what that means is that we have to let the dogs out of the house to go to the toilet. Now, they're well-trained dogs. They're usually very good with this stuff. But
police trained, according to our landlord.
They are police trained. Well, technically, they were. Technically, they were police trained. We just didn't maintain the training.
Yeah.
But accidents happen. And so they got a little stressed. They were a little bit, unsure of, where to go to the toilet. And so we found every now and then a little poo-poo would occur in the house. And I don't really know how else to say this.
They did a fucking shit. And they did a big shit on the couch. No, not on the couch.
Not on the couch. On the carpet.
Yeah.
Okay. So
imagine that. Big shit
a
by
big
a
shit
50-kilo dog.
on the carpet.
On the carpet.
Now, this happened once and, we cleaned it up, no problem, got the carpet cleaner, all fine, right? A few weeks later, we have noticed that the house is a mess. There's hair everywhere. We need vacuum cleaning all the time, so we get these robo vacs. And we come home from the gym one morning, right before a really busy day of work, and someone has shit on the carpet. And then while we were out, the robo vac has come over and it's just run over the shit and it's dragged it all around the carpet and all over the house.
There's shit everywhere.
Oh,
we come home and Steph's like, sorry, babe, I got calls.
I got calls.
She had calls all day.
Back to back the whole day. I was back to back sales calls the whole day.
I was like, brilliant.
So Tim's taking apart this vacuum cleaner. He's gagging in the sink.
It fucking stank, man. Because we changed the food of our dogs as well. So they're shitting extra big and stinky and disgusting. So I had to take apart this robo vac, get all the shit out of every component of this thing. I was washing it and I was just like, I probably shouldn't be washing it. Anyway,
it doesn't work now.
We're fucked anyway. So anyway, it doesn't work. We broke the vacuum and I was fucking so mad. I was so mad. And Steph was just like, oh, I'm just doing sales calls. So I was like, oh.
Someone's got to come make money for the company, But anyway, so guys, I hope that you got a laugh out of that. It has been something that every time I've told that story to a loved one or a family member, they laughed. I hope you laughed and didn't find it as disgusting and repulsive as it actually was, but it was shared to give you a smile today. So today we're teaching you how to not attract the wrong clients. And by not attracting the wrong ones, we're actually going to teach you how to become magnetically attractive to the right people and almost like bring them to you. And there's 3 parts of this. So the first part is positioning yourself and content that filters out crappy clients. Step 2 is pre-qualifying and spotting the red flags. And step 3 is pricing and platform strategy to make sure that you actually are in the place that they are hanging out and that you're finding them and that they're attracting them to you. So let's go into part 1, Tim, positioning and content that filters people out. What does content as a filter actually look like?
Yeah, so content as a filter for me is showing your thoughts, actions, beliefs online in a way that if your ideal client read it, they would be like, fuck yeah, that dude or chick is for me, or fuck no, that person is not for me. You either want one or the other, because generally you want people that are attracted to your values, beliefs, and what you're about, and the types of messages and messaging that you're okay with. If you water down what you say or you don't, reveal your true self online, you end up attracting these people into your business that don't kind of gel with you and maybe your ideology and what you like, which can be dangerous. And I feel like this is probably the main thing here in terms of like not attracting people that you don't want to work with, is just being yourself online.
I had a conversation with my best friend yesterday, a very long FaceTime, and she asked me, she was like, how have you found people coming into Success School recently? Like, have they been kind of the fit that you're looking for? Like, have they been hardworking? Have they been driven? Have they been ambitious? Because she was finding that she was starting to attract people who were kind of wanting everything done for them, wanted it to be easy. We're looking for it to, not be so hard. And I said, to be honest, we're finding that we're attracting in people who are so perfect ever since we changed our direction on the podcast.
Yeah.
Ever since, and thank you, shout out to the listeners, like ever since we started being more ourselves here, and then we use the clips from this podcast on our social media so that we're more ourselves there, we've attracted legends. Because honestly, like attracts like, know, and people are attracted to people who sound like them, people who have the same ideologies as them. And so the best thing that you could do to attract legends like you is be you. It sounds so obvious and really annoying, actually.
Yeah. Look, it's the same thing in hiring and having the people that you want to work with on your team. Steph hates my hiring process, but I think it's fantastic because I just attract legends who people I think are legends, and they end up working for us.
Tim does a real warts and all hiring process where he just kind of puts out his like wildest thoughts and opinions and views on the table straight up. And
in the first interview.
Yep, and lets them decide whether they're for us or not. And, ultimately, like, we want to work with people who, of course we want differing opinions, of course we want different strategic input, but we all want to get along, actually. And so it's really important for us that we have shared similar interests, that we have shared similar values, and that, ultimately we're all going to respect each other enough to take this whole business to the next level. And so it's really important to us. And while, yes, I do think it's fucking wild and it is an extreme interview process, I also love it because we do attract legends.
Steph, how do you speak to premium clients without sounding like a bit of a corporate wanker or losing your personality online? And it's a bit of a balance.
I can't speak to speaking on LinkedIn because I think LinkedIn's the weirdest platform on the internet personally. Like, I don't understand the way that people speak.
Well done, John. You got a promotion.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, I don't get it, So, and what I know to be true is that I have actually I know quite a few people who have crushed LinkedIn by literally just being themselves. And it stands out even more on LinkedIn because everyone's being so weird and corporate. And so when you say that you want to attract premium clients without sounding all corporate, I think the thing you're misunderstanding, and Mel Robbins speaks about this, I think the thing that you're misunderstanding is the fact that these are people too. And they swear with their families. Most probably the people who are attracted to us definitely do. They swear with their families. They have radical thoughts and opinions. Like, they are frustrated by the things that you are frustrated by. And the people who aren't are probably just not for you. And so I think that when you say that you want to speak to premium clients, sure, speak to the problems that they're experiencing in the language that they're experiencing it, but don't dull yours down to fit their model of the world. Otherwise, you're just going to not enjoy working with them. And I want to be really clear about premium clients. We have premium clients. We have 2 consulting clients that pay us a premium rate. And both of them are so down to earth. Like, they're not the kind of people who would care that we swear. They're not the kind of people who care that we have, outlandish opinions. They don't care if I rock up with no makeup in my activewear on a Tuesday morning to our one-to-one session. And I think that for me, that's really important. Like, you want to be able to be yourself. So when we talk about premium clients, I think some people kind of put them as like they're some sort of
mythical creature.
Like CEO that's wearing a suit all day. But like, we're CEOs and like, we're pretty normal. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking. It's like, we would be regarded as premium clients for a lot of people. But we're fucking crazy.
We're crazy as heck. And like, we only sign up with crazy as heck coaches.
It's crazy as fuck.
Our coach is crazy as heck. And so like, one of our coaches doesn't wear fucking shoes. Like, to public spaces, there's so many things that I just don't understand this whole premium client bullshit. I think that the people who sell to that premium client that you're thinking of, everyone has this idea of premium client in their head, right?
Yeah.
And there are people who sell to those people who are just like those people.
Yeah.
And if it's not you, it's not you.
Yeah.
So go find your premium version that is not like that. So if your ideal clients aren't on Instagram, like maybe they're executives who don't even have Instagram accounts, how do you find them?
Yeah, we get this one all the time. People say this shit on sales calls. And why I say shit there is because everyone's on Meta in some way. Everyone has a Facebook account. Everyone has a lot of people have Instagram accounts. And if they're not on either of those two, they're on Google searching shit. So you can reach them with paid ads.
Mm-hmm.
So people always say that. They're like, my prospects are on LinkedIn. Like, no one's hanging out on LinkedIn looking for fucking content, dude. Like, it's the worst social media platform in the world. And this is like where this all comes from, is people think premium clients just hang out on Instagram. No, they don't. They hang out on all the normal places like everyone else does because they're normal people. They're not just on LinkedIn. I think it's like the worst strategy ever on LinkedIn. Like, I fucking hate it.
And we have had a lot of clients that have tried to make LinkedIn the platform for them, and so few of them are able to make it work. And it works in some cases. I want to be really clear. If you're like a leadership consultant, then like connecting with people and finding them on LinkedIn is probably awesome. But do you know what's even better? Retargeting them on Facebook ads. Like, so that when they get off LinkedIn, because by the way, LinkedIn's a work platform. So no one's checking their LinkedIn at 8 p.m. But do you know what they are doing? They're scrolling reels on Facebook. They're scrolling nonsense on TikTok or Instagram. And so the best thing that you could do is retarget them where they're at. And I can guarantee you that every single person that you want to find on LinkedIn has a Facebook account.
All right, so we've talked about content there. We're going to get into pre-qualifying and spotting red flags. Pre-qualifying, we can talk about strategies and tactics. Spotting red flags, it's basically by going through red flags and seeing a lot of red flags. That's how you get good at spotting them. If you never spotted red flags, it's very hard to spot them. So first question here is, what questions should you have on an application form to filter out the wrong fit leads before they actually book a call or a consultation to work with you? What type of stuff would you put in there?
That is so, I feel like this is a really heavily dependent question on like the niche that you're in, right? So I think that almost everybody should have a price pre-qualification or a financial pre-qualification. There is literally no point in you getting on a call with somebody, and this is no shame to anybody. Like my mum is on Centrelink. There's absolutely no shame to anybody on Centrelink, but there is literally no point in you getting on a call with somebody for $1,000, $2,000, $15,000 offer who is currently surviving on Centrelink repayments.
Like
it doesn't make sense. It sucks for them and it sucks for you because they're going to get to the end of that phone call. You're going to pitch them. They're going to feel like shit. They're going to be desperate, wish that they had the money, get upset, in some cases even cry. And you're going to now feel bad. Now your big bleeding heart because like you're a coach because you're an empath probably. You're probably listening to this because you really fucking care about people and you really want to help them. And now you're in this shit situation where you really want to help this person. And that constitutes as a red flag because now you're probably going to take them on. It's going to be crappy for everyone involved. You're going to wish you didn't do it. So just don't do it. So definitely a financial pre-qualification should be in everybody's form before being able to book a call with you. Is there anything else? Like what else would you like you can do so much on these forms. Like what else would you do?
Yeah, we do 2 filters on our form. So the financial one, if you've got no money, like you can't book a call with us, and commitment in terms of like how many hours you're willing to do. If you're someone that's just expecting to grow your business off 2 hours a week, obviously Success School is not going to work for you because it takes quite a bit more effort than that. So ours is effort and time. You can do a scale of willingness to solve the problem on a scale of 1 to 10. This kind of edges more into things that you should be covering on the sales call or the sales process from there. But like commitment level and then finances are great as well.
The other one that we also have is making sure that it's just the right fit for the company. Like we don't work with e-commerce and we don't work with network marketers. The reason that we don't work with either of those people is because we've never had those businesses. So we would not be the right people to coach you on growing that business. So there are lots of ways that you can do this, but you definitely do not want to be getting on calls with unqualified people. So just put some stuff in before they can book a call with you to just filter that out.
Don't be desperate.
Yeah, it's not fun. Yeah, it's not fun. Tim, what are the biggest red flags in a discovery call that could predict a problem client?
Yeah, so for me, number one is just mindset issues. How that's going to show up is that won't work for me. I don't know about this. Like very just unsure behavior. And how that manifests into when they do work with you is, they're going to be second guessing everything. They're not going to be willing to take action. There's going to be blocks. There's going to be limits. There's going to be like beliefs that are just holding them back. Mm-hmm. And they're probably not going to get results with you. And it's just going to end up looking terrible on you in the end. So mindset is for me. The second one's a bit more subjective. And what I'm going to say right now may come across the wrong way, but like, are they a bit weird? Like, are they a bit strange? Are they a bit odd? Are they a bit weird? Do you like fully gel with them? And I know a lot of people probably listen to this podcast are running their own sales calls at the moment, but if you have a sales team, you need to like encourage them to filter out for these things as well. So mindset issues and then just generally like a feeling on them, as you can kind of tell. Also, the third one is if they like shit on or rag on other people they've worked with. That's typically not a good sign. So if they're like, yeah, you had this coach, but they fucking sucked and they were bad at this and this was terrible and whatever it is, because you're just going to be next. You're going to be the next person that they talk bad about, because that's just the type of person that they are.
We recently had one of these, and he really, really, really wanted to join Success School, and he had before he came to us 6 other coaches, and none of them had been able to help him. That's a red flag. Yeah. There's no way that 6 coaches weren't able to help you. One bad coach, a second coach that's maybe not so great, I'd believe you. But 6 is too many. 3 is too many, to be honest.
Yep.
If you've had 3 coaches and none of those coaches have been able to get you results,
it's not the coach.
I want to say it's not the coach. Yeah. And I'm speaking as somebody who's invested in a lot of coaches and who's been disappointed with some, partially disappointed with others, and kind of content with some. You know what I mean? And so I get it. Your ability to take. Actually, this takes us down a completely different path, but your ability to generate an ROI from a coach is down to you.
Yeah.
There is ROI in every single container if you look for it. You just have to be willing to go and find the ROI. There's only been one, probably 2 containers that I've invested in, and we've probably invested in 30. Mm-hmm. There's probably only 2 that I would say that was a waste of money and I wish I didn't make that investment. But those investments still taught me something. They still gave me lessons that, don't buy what I'm scarce. And also my coaching program's better than that and she's charging that. So that's fucking wild. that's good. That's a great investment for me to understand.
Steph, going to get into the next question here. This is quite a funny one because you and I are people that we will only get on sales calls with people if we're going to buy. Really? Like, we've already made up our decision. A sales call isn't going to sell me. Like, if I'm getting on a sales call, it's because I'm ready to basically just sign up with whatever you're doing. Typically, I don't really need a sales call. I'm willing to just invest in these things as well. But how do you test if someone's actually ready to commit versus just curious and they're kind of feeling you out? Like, how do you know on a sales call? Obviously, you're the sales warlord. You've been doing sales for 2 weeks now.
Look, you can actually do a lot of this in pre-qualification as well. But one of the questions I ask on my sales calls is, why us and why now? And I ask that kind of halfway through. So I get kind of a lot more of the information about them first. And then I ask why us, why now? And they'll tell me they usually start with why us. So they'll start explaining that they've seen some ads or blah, 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 whatever. They see, good energy, that you seem like my person, all these things.
Tim's incredibly handsome.
So handsome. I was hoping that I could get close to him.
I get that as well. That's okay.
And then they kind of don't say the next part. And so I have to re-prompt them. Cool. And why now? Like, what happened that today was the day that you needed to have this conversation? And they'll usually tell me that there was a defining moment that made them book the call. This happened, and so then for. And I'll give you an example. One of the girls who's literally just joined had her 34th birthday. And she realized that it was like 3 days before, and then her ad popped up, and she was like, I can't do another year like the year that I just had. And I don't want 35 to be a repeat of 34. So she booked the call. And that's really cool for you to know, because that creates urgency in the buyer. That creates a why now, allows you to be able to go, cool, well, you just told me that you can't do it. So, wait another year. It gives you a lot of opportunity and leverage to be able to now have that conversation and be able to encourage them to make a yes decision sooner rather than later. Most people are not getting on calls with you just for the fun of it. And so getting to the nuts and bolts of why they booked the call right now, like, why is this important to you today, is going to be paramount in you actually generating the sale. So let's talk about something awkward that happens. What do you do when you know that somebody's not a fit, but you're in the middle of the sales call? Like, what happens then? How do you end it?
2 ways to do this. So the first one is you just pitch them anyway. And then, most of the time, if it's not a good fit, they're just probably not going to say yes anyway. Then if they do say yes.
I would not recommend. That would not be my recommendation, but go crazy.
Well, it's my recommendation. So there's 2 people on this podcast. So pitch them anyway, sell them. And then if they're a bad fit, give them a refund and then take them out that way. The other way is if you know it's not going to be a good call and you're getting a good vibe and you know that they're not going to be a fit, you can just call and be like, hey, man, or hey, lady, time is money and I don't waste yours and I don't want to waste mine. So this isn't going to work and I just want to end the conversation. You don't have to say end the conversation, but I just think this is not going to be a good fit. Explain why. And then they're probably going to be like, yeah, you're right. Or they're going to be like, oh, actually, no, like, I think this is a great fit for me. And then you can get them to explain why it would be a good fit.
And now they're selling you.
And now they're selling you on joining your thing.
And now you have a guaranteed sale.
Yeah.
Yes, that is my recommendation typically. I had a sales call with someone this week who, after doing discovery with him, we realized that, like, we probably weren't the best fit. Like, could we have helped him? Yes. Would there be a better fit out there? Yeah, I think so. So I actually I said, look, I don't want to waste your time. I'm going to make a recommendation. There's somebody that I think would be better for you over here. I would recommend checking them out. But, thank you so much. And he was so grateful. He was so grateful for that.
All right. So we're going to talk pricing and platform strategy as our third teach here. Steph, how does pricing act as a filter for quality clients?
It's not even that price acts as the filter for quality clients. I think it's that price acts as such an anchor to our behavior. I'm a quality client. I mostly complete the courses that I start. Yeah, don't show up.
Don't complete the courses.
I never complete the courses.
Don't complain because you don't say anything.
But correct, because I don't show up.
Yeah.
I'm a really low-touch client. But if I pay $1,000 for a program, I'm so much less committed to showing up and finishing the course.
Yeah.
If I spend $5,000 on a program, I'm still pretty low commitment to that thing.
Yeah.
But if we've got a coach that we spent like 6 figures on, like 150 grand for the year. Like, you can bet your bottom dollar that I'm listening to the trainings every week on the treadmill. Like, so I think it's not even that it attracts, like, I'm the same buyer, like, I'm the same client, right? Like, I haven't changed, but what's changed has been my commitment to the process. And so in the case of the $1,000 program, I'm probably not going to get a result. I'm probably not going to become a raving testimonial for that person. In the case of the $150,000 program, we will eventually become the case study for that program because we want to, and we are committed to, and we're so deeply invested that we are going to. And so I think that it's not so much that your price attracts premium quality. I think it attracts premium level commitment, and that commitment gets that client a better outcome, which is great for you and great for them. Let's talk about pricing, though, in general. What's the difference between premium pricing and overpricing?
I think it's relative to the market that you work in. So I think there is probably, like with rich people, if you're selling something to rich people, there probably is no like overpricing things. More often than not, people just don't have a product market fit in terms of what they can charge for their demographic. I can't remember the gym saying, but like my first ever business coach, Sean, said people are generally willing to spend about 10% of their monthly income on fitness. And you could find some kind of percentage for whatever you sell. And typically you're going to work that out. And then you can start to target the types of people or the types of business owners or the types of individuals with jobs that you want to go after according to what you charge. So if you work out your pricing and it's premium in nature and it's more on the high end, and you need that to be profitable because you live in Australia and Australia is expensive, and you work out that you need to charge more than the normal rate, then you need to adequately match that with people that can afford it. There's no point in pricing something high and then going after broke people. It's just not going to work. And typically, like, the analogy here is, I don't know if you guys have seen the meme, but it's like $50 client and they ask you like 100 questions, and then it's like $50,000 client and they're like, yep, money sent, see you next Tuesday. And typically that's what happens. And it's really about, for me, it's about what people pay. And to your point before, the less people invest, typically the harder they're going to be and the least committed they're going to be. And the more they invest, that they're going to be more committed.
Yeah.
It's funny, like we spent multiple six figures on our coach at the moment, and fuck, I barely speak to him.
No.
Like I send him a message like once a week, and like, I watch the calls and I watch all the info and whatever it is. But we are as low touch as there are for clients, because just being in an environment or a program like Success School, it's, for me, that's just worth it in itself, just to be around it.
Okay, let's talk about payment plans. I'm actually going to throw you a situation. So you're on a sales call and someone's a really good fit, but they don't have the money to pay up front today. You typically only do upfronts. Do you offer them a payment plan? How does that work? When do you offer a payment plan versus upfront? Do you discount? Like, how do you make those decisions?
Yeah, I know you're massively going to disagree with me here.
I am.
But I think that people can generally find the money. Like, I think if they really want to get their problem solved, they're going to find a way to do it, and they can find the PIF, depending on how much the PIF is. Like, if it's an exorbitant amount of money, like $150,000 or something, like, you could probably understand that people can't find the money. But most of the time, I think people can find the money pushed hard enough. I think people just like fall back on the payment plan option because they're uncomfortable with sales a lot of the time. What are your thoughts?
I don't agree at all. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that, I think most people don't actually have the money. I think.
Yeah, broke people.
Yes, but people live beyond their means. Rich people, like renting Lamborghinis. You know what I mean? Like, I think that there are a lot of people who live well beyond their means, or live to the means and above the means, because they're trying to keep up with the Joneses. And I think that payment plans, look, I'm pro payment plan. I'm pro payment plan for a lot of reasons. I love monthly recurring revenue. I love knowing that we could literally stop selling today, and for the next 12 months, we're going to get paid. Like, that's fucking awesome. We're never going to do that, but I love knowing that we could. I do love knowing that we could. And so I think that, I like a recurring revenue model. I don't mind offering payment plans. I'm not big on discounts. I don't love doing it. We very, very, very rarely do it. I don't think we ever do it, to be honest. And the reason that we're not big on discounts is because it's not fair, like, to be honest. Like, that's the big reason that we're not big on discounts. Is like, you can't give something to one person and not give it to everybody. Like, that sucks, So we're really big on, like, integrity and making sure that everyone in the program has the same opportunity. And so, we don't discount for that reason. But guys, at the end of the day, your market, and this has to come down to you. What Tim is describing for a pay in full for our program is a bit different. Like, our market typically are coaches who are making $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month. Like, can they bring together $8,000 to $10,000? Yeah, I think that they probably can. You're probably right. And so if we did go upfront only, we would just have to have a completely different sales process that helped them to find that cash in their bank account.
We definitely have to ask for the sale. But I'm just going to bring it home today, and we're going to talk about platforms. Okay. So in terms of like where you're actually marketing. So Steph, if you've been marketing on a platform for a while and you know that your ideal clients are just not on there or you're not getting any traction, how do you shift over to another platform, without starting over from zero? I think specifically this question is talking about organic. So just want to shed some light on that.
Yeah, I just don't know why you would be on the wrong platform in the first place. Like, surely you have some an idea. Give me an example. Like
what if they're just like on LinkedIn and they're like, oh, it's not working for me?
Yes. Okay, understood. Yeah. Look, without flogging your dead horse, which is the most Australian saying.
Yeah, mate.
Without flogging a dead horse.
So actually recording this on Australia Day.
We actually are. Yeah. Oh, that's why it's coming out so solid.
Yeah, it's true.
So, without flogging a dead horse, the fastest, run ads. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that would be the fastest way. Look.
I feel like a broken record.
I do feel like a broken record. I would run ads. I would build an audience. I would build an email list. You can buy email lists now. There's so many ways to start again. But if I had to start again on a different platform, I'd batch create like 20 or 30 pieces of content, post them all at once so it looks like I wasn't starting from scratch.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say buy followers because I wouldn't buy followers because it's lame. But what I would do is I'd run ads and get a ton of followers as fast as possible so it didn't look like I was starting from scratch.
Yeah.
And then I would be running lead magnet ads and follower ads, and I would just be building that audience. Guys, I just want to tell you a really quick story. One of our clients, Kate, she started the year and she was like, I have got not enough leads. I don't have anyone in my sales pipeline. I've had a really comfy Christmas break. I need some money in the door. What do I do? Which is great for Kate. We love that. And Tim was like, cool, turn on these ads, get this funnel up and running. She had the ads funnel running for 2 weeks. She had hundreds of leads, booked a couple of sales, like a ton of sales calls. She got fully booked times 2. She had to turn the ads back off in 2 weeks, guys. Kate's not special. Kate's not got some magic formula. She just ran the ads. And this is true time and time again for our clients, where other people are spending months on organic, waiting to grow their following, months hoping for leads to come in. Kate got fully booked times 2, like to the point where she was like, holy fuck, I'm actually overbooked in 2 weeks. Like, you guys are sleeping on ads. And if you are looking for some help to implement ads into your business, there is literally no better place to learn it than Success School. And I mean that genuinely, because not only one do we teach the world's most basic and simple ads, because guess what? We have nothing else to sell you. We're not going to offer you a done-for-you agency. We're not trying to get you into a go high-level affiliate. We are just genuinely wanting you to run ads so that you can get the business that you want. So not only are we going to show you how to run the simplest version of those ads, we're also going to include an ads mentorship where you could post weekly ads reviews that Tim is going to personally review for you and tell you exactly how to fix your ads so you learn this skill set of ads. And that way, if you ever want to go to an ads agency, you know exactly what you're looking for. You know what great looks like, and you're not kind of just starting from scratch. So if ads have been on your bucket list for 2026 and you're done with grinding organic and you're done with hoping and praying, like, I cannot beg you enough to just book a sales call and have a conversation with us about how it would look in your business, because it is different for every business. The funnel that Kate ran may not be the funnel that you run, but we can walk you through that, and we'd love to have that conversation with you.
All right, guys, if you got some value from the show, hit that like button and share it with a friend. If you guys are new around here, also hit the subscribe button, and we will see you next week. Thanks, guys.
All right, Cobber.